Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your mid-May 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. I've been getting, cards that are just kind of like with drama and things like that. And I think it's because there is the lunar eclipse happening in the middle of the month. And it's in Scorpio. So, lunar eclipse is a powerful full moon, and that heightens the emotions regardless of what sign it's in. Actually, the one in Libra, I found that very intense. I'm like, why is it so intense? It's in Libra, but Scorpio should be a doozy. And so for you, this is 6th house, is it? So this could be with work matters. Maybe that's where everything comes to a head, if you will. Heart of the matter, 5 of Wands. This is a lot of conflict going on in your environment. So maybe it is in the workplace because this can be competition. So everybody is kind of like a dog-eat-dog situation, perhaps. And maybe that's not very pleasant for you, but it is what it is at this time for whatever reason. And you're thinking about it, because we have here in the past position the 10 of Wands. See the person hunched over. This is what they call the burdens of success in one of my books, but that's just one possibility where somebody gets a promotion, but they have to work longer hours. And they're in a very, in this case, a very competitive environment. But I also think just in general, like any type of, the 10 of Wands can be overburdened with work and working too hard, risking burnout. And with the 5 of Wands, it can be a situation where you're being kind of pushed into that because the powers that be want you to kind of fight over, like a sibling rivalry, try to gain the approval of that boss figure. And for what? So that you can, be the chosen one. And really, what is the price that you're paying for that? It's disharmony in the workplace, and it's also taking its toll on you. What crosses you, or what keeps you from, having what you want, achieving what you want, is the 4 of Cups. A sense of dissatisfaction that has set in. So, when you really can absorb that reality, Gemini, you're able to see that situation for what it is, and you no longer are going to just accept that this is how it has to be. And this is also the case too with a personal relationship. If you're in some kind of situation where you're trying too hard, I see the 10 of Wands as you're taking responsibility, doing the heavy lifting of the relationship, which relationships have to be mutual. I'm thinking of a Gemini person who has their moon in a water sign, has inner planets in Cancer, like Venus, Mars, Mercury, thinking that they have to be the one that initiates everything in the relationship or to keep it going. That just kind of keeps going the conflict. It's if you have like a relationship where there's a lot of negative stuff happening, admit that to yourself. Don't try to pretend that it's other than what it is, because you're just kind of prolonging the inevitable. The higher message is the Page of Wands. There can be some good news on the horizon. You're ruled by Mercury, and there is like Mercury retrograde. It's interesting because I have been getting a lot of pages. So some of these messages that we are looking for, we're waiting for, we may have to wait for them when the dust settles after the Mercury retrograde. So don't expect everything to be sorted out in May. It might not be. It might be later in June. Actually, when the sun is in your sign or has left your sign. And so good news is on the horizon. Usually I don't read that as a predictive card, but I feel like it might be something where now you're in this kind of a negative vibe, and yet there's something to look forward to. Okay, and I read that one right, yeah. What's coming in? King of Swords. This is actually a good thing, I think, especially for an air sign like Gemini, where you're really on top of your game, mentally strong, able to be more detached about a situation, so you're not kind of in the drama, staying above the fray. Maybe this is other people, and you need to be more detached from what they're dealing with, because then you can do what you need to do. You're not going to have your energy siphoned by some kind of negative situation that you can't even control anyway by being part of it. And with Gemini, a lot of times the way that you get involved with something is verbally. Like you want to know the latest dirt, on the situation. And sometimes it's better just to keep mum, keep your nose to the grindstone, mind your own business, that kind of thing. Shut your pie hole. So the outcome is the Judgment card. This is a card that is associated with Pluto and cause and effect, karma, instant karma. No, I don't know if it's so instant. But this can even be like if there's, I didn't even think about that, if you're having whatchamacallit, some kind of legal battle, and maybe it's like a divorce proceeding. I feel like the waiting for that judgment, the legal judgment, that could come in June, because there's going to be a full moon in that 7th house of committed partnership, so that might be a timing, that might be when that happens. But in general, this sense of thy will be done, sometimes people are fighting over what, they don't even know why they're bothering to fight, because it might not be worth it, whatever it is that you're trying to fight for. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and when you get out the other end, it's like, okay, now this is settled, so whatever that fight is about, it's settled, and now I can move on, and that's a good feeling. Okay, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.